how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to some more Mount Blade II Bannerlord. Today we are diving in with another mod spotlight, this time taking a look at an awesome mod that has just made its way onto the workshop called the Vlandian Troop Overhaul mod. This mod basically does what it says on the tin. It goes ahead and completely revamps the Vlandian roster, adding in some amazing medieval units from the Swadian armor kind of pack that people were using, which basically adds in a ton of really cool medieval armor and allows you to dominate the world as Vlandia, or just use Vlandian troops and really go to town. So let's take a look at some of the units and then we'll dive into a battle. I've got the battalions over here. It should be a fun engagement and you guys will really get to see what all the units are about. Also, if you guys are enjoying these mod spotlights, make sure to go ahead and drop a like and a comment down below. It really does help out the channel, gets this video out there to more people, and obviously subscribe if you haven't already, as I go ahead and scour the workshop constantly for these mods so you guys don't have to. So we'll start off by looking at the hero himself, Derhart, and yeah, I really dig his shield. It's clipping into the cape he has on, but I really like this shield. It's a very cool design indeed. You obviously can see the custom armor pieces he has on. The gloves and the boots I think are already in the game, but obviously I think his helmet, his chest piece, his chainmail underneath, his kind of gambeson underneath that's all custom stuff and it looks really awesome. And again, yeah, I'm just saying I really dig that shield, so we'll be able to see that in the battle, which will be nice. We also have some Vlandian men-at-arms. These are kind of like the I guess like mid to upper tier frontline infantrymen that you'll be using, if not the higher tier ones. They've got a really cool kind of axe weapon. The shield is obviously very big, and then obviously you can see all the other armor, the boots, the legs, the chest piece, the chainmail, the gambeson, all that stuff is complete custom. And yeah, a very deadly unit, axe infantry as well, so you're going to be able to carve through that heavy armor. I've also got a unit of these dudes as well. I mainly just picked these guys because they have awesome helmets, so yeah, so again you can kind of see the leather on them as well, covering their shoulders. They're equipped with a shorter sword, a pike, and also a shield as well. We're going to have some Royal Bowmen. Again, these guys are a bit overtuned, you know, for this unit. Like, again, a lot of these overhaul mods just kind of go like, yeah, you can kind of have whatever. But you also have some really cool bowmen that we'll take a look at in a second. But yeah, that's what I've got being brought today. And then I also have some, these guys, yeah, the King's Swords as well. These guys just look thick. They have a huge two-handed sword on their back, an amazing helmet, and also a good chest piece as well. So yeah, a very good shock infantry unit that can probably take a couple arrows and then get stuck in. So I've got 50 of them on one of my flanks. I'm just going to lob them in and let them have fun against the enemy line. And then I also have some Vlandian Holy Order Knights as well, looking amazing. Really cool stuff. Got equipped with a mace and a big spear. So let's quickly just take a look at all the Vlandian units because there's no reason not to. So we'll start off with the normal ones, and these are all obviously vanilla units. But when we get on to, yeah, I think it's from here on out, these are all the unique units, and obviously the further I go on this list, the higher up on the recruitment tree they will be. So you've got some conscripts. You've got some of these guys who have the level ups. You know, obviously men at arms. So again, just kind of not quite the level of the axe infantry, but still pretty good nonetheless. You got some of these are reapers. Again, kind of I think the tier before the men at arms. Some pikemen. You also got some Vlandian captains as well. Obviously, going to be like kind of the tier before the King's Swords. Then we also have some watch infantry, some militia veteran spearmen, which are all vanilla. Then we also have. Do we have some more units here? Yeah, there you go. These are some new units here as well. So we got these guys. Give them that really cool shield. I love that shield design. It's actually pretty dope. Yeah, very cool indeed. Some Vlandian sergeants, which are guys we got. Some other guys, and yeah, that's going to be all the infantry. We go over to the range infantry. Again, a handful of these guys will be the vanilla ones, but you do have a handful of other ones as well. But I think the most notable are definitely going to be these bad boys. And finally, the cavalry. Again, some vanilla ones, but again, the vanilla ones won't be in your campaign if you're playing with this mod. It's just because they're kind of still on the database, so they still pop off. So you got some of these guys, obviously infantry. Got some squires. These guys kind of look like they're going to be going to you know, the desert or something. And yeah, that's going to basically be. Got some banner knights and then finally some bailiffs as well. So let's just dive into battle. We can finally see what all this infantry and units can do against a pretty strong battalion force. I've given them 200 Oathsworn. No messing about. I gave them some militia veterans, 200 of them, some of these pretty high tier bowmen, and also 50 horses to match my 50 horses. So I think we're going to win this one. I think we have the advantage, but it'll be great to see them crash against my shield wall. And I basically just want to go ahead and have like a front line of spear or of shields just holding the line against the Oathsworn, and then the 50 Kingsguard just coming flying in and just absolutely demolishing everything because they look amazing. amazing. Obviously, the knights as well will be very cool. I might send the knights off early to go and engage their cavalry so we can kind of see that engagement before everything else does fully kind of like erupt on the front lines. Okay, so we are ready to go. For some reason, again, I have one less infantry. I guess I was a little bit over or something. But yeah, I have 199 infantrymen. Let's go ahead and pause it using the RTS camera and set ourselves up. This is actually kind of a small battlefield I've picked, so the enemy will close in on us fairly quickly, honestly. So we're going to have to be a little bit quick when we are designating our soldiers. So let's set ourselves up, just obviously right here. We'll set our main line of infantry. I guess we'll go in like 2 ranks deep, I think, maybe 3. We'll do 2 because the AI does like to swarm. So we'll do 2 ranks deep right there. We'll then have our shock infantry, obviously directly on this flank. I want to kind of keep them behind the hill, maybe with my cavalry as well. Yeah, maybe we'll sit the cavalry down here as well. And they can go then. We'll have obviously 1 unit of cavalry all the way on this right hand side, ready on the beach itself, which will be nice. Yeah, they can go like there. And then we have our archers and the other reinforcement infantry as well. So the archers are going to be here. We'll set them up like so. And we'll stick them in loose formation as well, just so they can start popping shots off without getting in the way of each other. And then finally, we do also have another unit of, I think these are 100 infantry over there, and we'll stick them over there itself. So we'll let them all form up into position, and then we'll take a look at the units, obviously, on the battlefield as well. Whilst my men are moving into position, we can also take a look at Derhart as well, if I just face him forward. Yeah, he looks absolutely amazing. I really love that shield. Obviously, it could be a bit more pristine as he is the king, and that sword as well is pretty nice. I think that's a vanilla sword, actually. But yeah, still really nice indeed. So let's also go around and take a look at some of the other soldiers of the enemy. Probably do close in upon me. Yeah, we're going to actually go on slow. Oh, it's triple speed. Oh, whoa, let's slow that all the way down. Don't want to be ruining anything. I want to take it on. Let's go on slow mo whilst everyone's moving into position. Really quickly, so we can take a look at this infantry. So yeah, these are going to be my men-at-arms again, very, very heavily armored. There's a few different variants as well. You can see kind of as a chainmail variant infantryman, and again, I really love the face covering there. It's kind of cool. And then you got some with shoulder pads, some with these shoulder pads. Really nice differentiation of the unit. The Vlandian guard back here as well, with their huge axes on their back, looking pretty dope, just firing off a handful of shots. We also, as the enemy are so close, let's just straight up pause it. We have our shock infantry back here. Again, ready to throw themselves in. I love all the custom Templar helmets. They look amazing. We've got the cavalry over on his right-hand side again, ready to move in. I love the plumes, actually. Yeah, I really love the plumes and the horsehair on the helmets. That looks really cool. That's a sick helmet right there. Big fan of that. And then finally on the far right-hand side, my men are almost in position. We have the spearmen as well, which is dope, and the cavalry right around there. So, yeah, I mean, let's just let the enemy come at us and, as I said, maybe get ready to charge the cavalry in. We are still on slow-mo as the enemy are approaching us. It does look pretty scary. There's a lot of enemy units right there. There's a lot of Oathsworn as well. But the archers are racking up a decent amount of kills. So far, so good. Yeah, maybe let's throw in one of the units of cavalry. So what cavalry unit do we have back here? We have, on the far left, we have... I guess what we'll do, actually, is we'll probably send this unit of cavalry in first. Yeah, to try and hit the enemy. And I will organize these guys a little bit better as well, because they're going to have to come flying in. Because my line is very thin, and the Oathsworn are already starting to rack up kills on me now as well, with their arrows coming in. Yeah, already racking up a handful of kills. So let's move ourselves to the left flank, and we'll get the cavalry in on this side immediately. So cavalry move in here, just engage their cavalry, and yeah, go deal with them. So my infantry are now clashing against theirs, hitting their axes down. The axes will be great at breaking the shields as well. You can already see the amount of casualties their bowmen. The lines are doing pretty good for me. So let's also get my other unit of cavalry in as well. Let's get that cavalry in on the archers. And oh my god, look at them kills right now. It's brutal. Oh my god, that is a deadly matchup. And before the battle is over, let's also get my shock infantry in, because we really want to see what they're capable of. So let's get them charging in, I think, immediately. And I might hold the infantry back a little bit. Oh my god. I mean, they are breaking through my line pretty heavily. If we go back onto slow motion as well, you can see I'm trying to do some damage here as the enemy... Oh, the cavalry's coming through as well. But my cavalry should be pursuing them. You can see that line going in. I pull out my sword as well. Maybe try and get him. My cavalry's now going to be hitting their back ranks. Perfect. Look at that cavalry charge, just absolutely decimating the enemy archer line. And the green is looking good. However, my infantry is definitely taking casualties. There's a shock infantry here. Yeah, the shock infantry is almost here. So let's get that shock infantry and immediately just charge them into that front line. We'll have our main line just charge. And we'll also get these guys in on their archers as well. So everyone's kind of doing their thing right now. And yeah, I want to see the shock infantry. Oh my god, throwing axes, no, just charge. Just don't worry about that. Just get your swords out and charge in. Obviously, they're throwing their axes in, which is actually pretty good. But yeah, charge, charge, charge. And we got a lot of these guys moving in on this flank as well. It's going to be hitting their swordsmen. But again, these swordsmen are actually pretty scary because these swordsmen actually are two-handed infantry. So can actually do some serious work. There you go. Some of my Vlandian swords are in as well. Doing some good damage. Am I still alive? Oh my god, the king is surrounded! To the king! To the king! Let's pull out our sword as well. We can get out here. Our armor is thick. And we can maybe do some damage to their archers. I'm hoping that our spearmen will kill these guys a little bit more efficiently. Oh, that damage as well is brutal. The archers should still be doing some good damage right there as well. Have I got any, like, swords left? I think I've got my great swords, but that's about it. Obviously, the sword's back there as well. Let's try and see if we can help out here at all. There's just a lot of enemies still left alive. Luckily, my archers are still racking up some good kills, but yeah, there is a lot of them still left. Luckily, we're about to come flying into them here. I might even just dismount here to, the boys have got that. Yeah, I might dismount to even rally with them, and obviously we still are, oh my god, I got sniped, no way! Let's pull out this sword and play as one of the elite Kingsguard who failed to protect their king this day. And yeah, we are wrapping them off now. Pretty nice stuff. Oh, cavalryman. Oh, just completely sliced him off his horse. That was a brutal. This one can be the same. Oh, hit him off of his horse. It's not bad. Not quite a kill. Oh, the arrow's coming in clutch as well. Perfect. Yeah, that was a rout. How's the Vlandian? But I always underestimate how strong the Vlandian Oathsworn are because they really put up an amazing fight. And they can cut their way through pretty much most infantry very, very effectively. Cool, so that's going to be that. We managed to win pretty decisively. Sorry, I didn't actually take a look at the kills. That was my bad. Awful presenting by me. But the reason I'm so excited is because I want to go ahead and show you guys the actual units themselves, and I want to show you guys the tech tree so you guys can understand maybe just a tad better about how the progress of like getting these units, because obviously I was just using a lot of the top tier units. They're not the units you're going to be using immediately. So if we go over to the encyclopedia really quickly and take a look at them, and then you guys can just get a better idea. So Vlandia, and then we just click on, I don't know, the conscripts themselves. So this is going to be just the normal roster. You can see it's a pretty thick roster, but yeah, you start off with the conscripts. You go down, if you go down the bow route, it's going to take you a while to get the Vlandian bowmen. But once you do, it's going to be good, and you have a couple units just kind of in your way. And even Vlandian sharpshooters get the big old two-handed axes, which is actually really good because that means they can fend off cavalry very effectively. Then you also have the pikemen who go down to the soldiers that I had on my far right flank, or you go down the sword infantry. And you can honestly, tier 3, you get some Vlandian swordsmen. They'll do pretty good with them bigger shields. And obviously with men-at-arms, you can kind of switch between getting the Reapers. Okay, the Reapers were actually better than the Sergeants. Okay, interesting. I guess because that big helmet does kind of suggest that. Or you can go down the Captain route, obviously. A full army of Vlandian King's Swords would be pretty scary. Or just a unit of Vlandian Knights of the King's Order would also be pretty goddamn scary. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. It really helps out the channel. If you enjoyed as well, consider subscribing for more mod videos. I obviously let you guys know whenever there's a cool mod on Nexus Mod or ModDB which is releasing, you guys can download it. I'll be the first one to tell you guys, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you guys in the next one.